Hey guys, we're back in the garage, and today's project is to finally get the upper doors on. A couple of weeks behind schedule on what I had planned to do on that, but that's what's coming up today. Got all the parts and everything, got the instructions laid out. Just got to get, basically take the door apart and get everything on. So that's the plan for today. As far as the removal of the panel, very easy to do, of course. Just have screws and then the panel just pops right off. There are a couple of retaining clips, like this clip right here. The panel sits, or sorry, it's this one. The panel sits in behind here. There's one on the bottom as well. You just give it a little tug and this will not give way, but the panel will just kind of slide out. So anyway, the next step in the instructions is to remove the outer panel, which is, I believe, these screws right here. I'll have to look on the instructions, but I got to remove this piece as well. So that's where we are. Stay tuned for more. All right, guys, another quick update. I've got the outer door panel removed, and part of that is to remove the door handle. No big deal, just two screws there. So no issues getting that removed. Also, the next step was to go ahead and install the plastic trim piece that covers up the gap right here. Actually really simple to do. You pull out this push pin, and then there is a little piece right here that kind of goes in and helps keep it in place down here at the bottom, just to snug it up. And then there is right here, you can see that white piece right there. This is the piece for the other side. That's just a piece of 3M tape and double-sided tape that's already on the plastic piece, and then that's just there to keep it up here. And it'd be interesting to see how well that tape holds up. I think it'll probably hold up well, but if it doesn't, you can always replace it. You could also too do just a self-tapper. This is a hollow tube here, just a small little hole with a self-tap screw. That would also work as well. There's a couple of different ways to do it, but this is actually, when you get this piece of plastic, it actually, to tell you the truth, it feels flimsy, but once you get it in place, it actually is nice and solid. Good quality construction. Very pleased with that. So anyway, we're moving along just to kind of look and see what's coming up next in the instructions. Next, we got to do some stuff with the hinges, and this is in preparation for getting the front bracket. The front bracket that we have is going to mount over here, and then I think the rear bracket mounts over here. These are factory holes here, I believe, for the factory upper doors. I think the factory upper doors actually use these three brackets. I'm not 100% certain on that. If you got the factory doors, please feel free to comment. But I know that the spike doors that I have are going to use this bracket, and I think it's this bracket here. I don't think it uses the rear one. But that's what's coming up next, and stay tuned for more. All right, guys, we have got the passenger door almost done, actually. Got the doors, or the brackets mounted, got the panel sitting in place. So just a couple of notes. Overall, the fit is pretty good. You can see here. Looks like everything is sealed really nice and tight against the body. So let me open the door here and just kind of show you. And you can see how the bracket is. Again, this is passenger side. You've got the fender washer, which goes against the casting. And then on the inside against the bracket, you actually have a smaller washer to cover up the slots. And on the front, the bottom two holes are part of the hinge, and this is where marking your hinge comes into play, so that when you put everything back together, you get the door back in the same place. And then it has one hole here. You will see there is a factory kind of, I don't know what you call this, like a joint washer or something, but anyway, that goes on the outside here, so this sits flush against the casting. So no real big deal there. Again, everything looks like it's sealing well. Go ahead and close it. What happens is when you do close it, because the The door is designed to kind of lean inwards just slightly, and that's so that you do get a good seal. And you can see what happens is when it closes, it actually kind of pulls in against the frame, or against the roll cage. So it does look like everything is good. I'm going to go ahead and button up this side of the machine, and be sure that I don't need to do any further adjustments by taking the frame on or off. And in fact, you can see here, it does slide up well. Tell you what, let me pull it up just like that. Yeah, so I think the brackets themselves are in a good position. I don't think I need to make any further adjustments on those. The only thing I'll have to do is once I get the actual body back on, you have to drill the holes in the top, which should be no big deal. So anyway, looks good. I'm really, really pleased with that. I would say total time elapsed on doing this, gosh, maybe 15 minutes or so. It's very, very quick. If I wasn't pausing to do the videos, I would say I could probably do a door in about 30 to 40 minutes at the absolute most. And this is basic wrench turning skills using standard tools. The only thing special, if you want to call it that, is the Torx head screws. But if you're working on these machines, you're going to need a good set of Torx bits anyway. That's really it for right now. So I'm going to keep on this. I'll check back in once I got the doors put in place, and we get the holes drilled, and I get the final product going. All right, guys, passenger side is done. Got everything in, latched down, and everything is nice and tight. All the lines look good. So you can see here what it looks like done. The door, get everything in. You can see where the holes are. Did have to finesse it just a little bit as far as the hole, tweak the opening once I got everything sealed back in place, because when you bring the panels back together, they do, of course, pinch. And so I probably on the driver's side, on this one in particular, what you want to be sure to do is towards the outside is be sure that you're basically as close to this edge as possible. And you can see how close it is to the edge here. On the front, you've got a little bit more room because it's at an angle, so you can put in a little bit larger hole. I could have certainly gone up another size on the bit. I actually used a step drill. I could have gone one more size up without any issue. And but it definitely looks good. I'll show you. The window does open. I think that this zipper is it's actually the reason this doesn't go all the way down is it's sewn right there. I think that's on purpose, but I need to check with the manufacturer to be sure that is correct. But it does smoothly operate. And once again, I'll close it. You do have to, give it a good solid close, but when you do that, everything does seal nicely. And up here at the front, sealed nicely. There's a small little gap right there, but no big deal there. The door panel gap looks pretty good going all the way down. I have not yet figured out what I'm going to do about my mirrors. I pulled the mirror off. It was up here. Of course, that's going to get in the way with the door opening. I might consider putting the brackets back on, but I think what's going to happen is because this gap is closed up, I'm not really going to be able to use the mirrors. But now that I've got the one mounted on the inside, I think that's a minimal concern. So anyway, again, I think, from a winter perspective, this is really, really going to make things nice and toasty on the inside. I'm really pleased with the way that this came out. I will get the driver's side done. Probably take a little break here for a moment. I will do a little bit of cleanup on this. I use some actually you kind of see it in the background, the invisible glass spray, which is really gentle on stuff like this. But anyway, I welcome all of the comments below. I'll probably do a time lapse while I'm doing the driver's side door and just do it straight through. And thanks for watching. Please subscribe, please share. Please feel free to ask any questions. Always like to have the comments on the videos. And I look forward to getting this out on the trail and trail testing it. Thanks for watching. Hey guys, I emailed Spike about this threading right here, and this is here to prevent the window from going down too far, which would mean that the window itself could get caught in the latch. You can remove the threading so that the window opens more thoroughly. However, if the plastic gets damaged due to getting caught in the latch, it would not be covered under warranty. Per se, but something I forgot as I was going through the directions, one of the things that these have is when you unzip the lower zipper, there is, find it right here where this little notch is, there's a hole in the frame. And what they tell you is to unzip, mark the hole right here, and use, this is the name brand would be like a riv nut, but what you have is this sleeve, and the idea is to put the sleeve in here, and then this needs to be compressed so that this basically becomes a captured nut. So I forgot that. I did not remember seeing that in the directions, but no huge thing. So what I thought was, well, I don't want to have to take the whole door apart. So how do I fix this? Well, what I took was, this is the bolt they tell you to use. I took this locking nut, basically put it down through here, used I think it was a 10mm wrench on this to hold this in place, and you can see how the teeth bit into this. So that prevented this from spinning, and then as I tighten down on the threads, it compresses, and it actually has seated really nicely. You can actually see, I don't know if the camera will pick it up, just some real slight creases there where it's pinched. So I think that's going to be good, and what this is for is you take, I've got to find somewhere over here in this mess, I believe it is, I think you take one of these. Let me look at the directions here. It says basically the 6x40 head. Install the thumb screw. So I have this, but I think it's meant to be this right here. So tell you what, let me just kind of take this. I think the idea is to take this and force it onto here, maybe. Anyway, I'll have to play around with that and see, because this is the hardware from the kit, and there's not a thumb screw proper, but there's two of these, and I have two of these caps. So I think that's what those are for. And then these are, when you have the door removed, you can slide these into the hole just to cover the hole in the door. But anyway, just a little tip, when I do the driver's door, I won't forget that. I'll do it while the inside cover's still off, so I don't have to do that. But it actually worked quite well, so just a little tip there. Anyway, be carrying on here and finishing up the other side. Thanks for watching. Hey guys, so just a quick time lapse while I'm doing the driver's door. Not really any particular notes here other than the driver's door includes a handle kit, and be sure that you use the longer screws that come with the kit to install the handle that goes towards the back of the door. The instructions are actually pretty clear here, but just don't forget to use the longer screws. All right, guys, we are fully enclosed. Just got to let it kind of sit and let the weather stripping take its form. But everything is done. Just got to clean up the tools, and it's ready for the trail. So I think everything looks good. Might do a few little adjustments after an initial ride, but I think this is going to hold up really well. I don't know if the camera picks up, there's a small little gap right there. So what I might need to do is take this bracket and just adjust it just slightly. And to do that, I just pull off the inside door panel. I think that will give me enough access to it. So no big deal there. Other than that, I mean, everything seals really well. I'm very pleased. And I just noticed that little gap's right here too. So, but that's to be expected. It's not designed to 100% perfectly seal everything. It's really just designed to, do its best at keeping everything enclosed. I'm really looking forward to testing out the heater with the fully enclosed cab and seeing what a difference that makes. It should also be interesting too when you're going through mud puddles and you don't have to really worry about mud getting in the unit, because previously you even if you have wider fender flares, you're still going to get some water and mud coming up on the sides. It should be really interesting to kind of see what the effect is. So I welcome your comments in the video below. By all means, I definitely, just based on the installation, I certainly recommend the spike doors. These are fairly new out on the market. Really well made, very easy to install. And I did purchase these, by the way. These were not given to me. Just want to thank everyone for watching. Please like the video, share the video, subscribe. Really appreciate it, and stay tuned for the next one.